So in this video, we're going to be talking about how to avoid tire kickers and price shoppers and whatnot. And so you can get a 55% close rate on your leads instead of your leads continuing to lead absolutely nowhere. If you don't know who I am, my name is Kumar. 9% of remodelers go broke. I hope you are not one of them, and I make videos to help you not be one of them. So let's just dive straight into it. Essentially, there's a man called Alex Emoji. I'm going to be talking about why he's important as well. But he's known, just so you understand, he's known as the $100 million man. He made over $100 million on a third-party platform. They gave him the award. Each one of these circles is worth $25 million generated. Him and his wife, Layla, as well. And essentially, he went on to sell 2/3 of that company for $46.2 million because it's a licensing company. Super hard to sell, but he was able to still get multi-8 figures for it. And now his company is doing about $250 million. This is why it's a $250 million secret. So essentially, I'm going to be talking about this right here. Now, you might know what this is. This is called a sales funnel. And this is the awareness phase where people have ads. Then you have here you have lead. Oh my God, lead form. And then here you're going to have maybe qualify. Well, I guess right here is about Q, qualifying questions, or I'd have to probably have to do bow Q. An amazing draw, as you can see. But usually here is where there's a massive issue, and this funnel is not very representative of what happens with remodelers, because it usually starts to look like this. Suddenly, the leads are just suddenly unqualified to be sold to, and now you just have nothing left. It's not quite as sexy and linear as this will help you believe. Now, why is that? We're going to be getting into why that is and how that affects the close rate to such a deep level. Now, in essence, boom, go here. So this company is called Market Sharp. And Market Sharp is a CRM. If you know what that is, it's a customer relationship management software, which is designed so that when you generate a lead, instead of having it in a Google sheet, you can have it on here and you can access them and play around with it a lot easier and have notes and whatnot in an easier fashion. Now, I don't think they're very good, but I think that it's very useful, the amount of users and data that they have, because they have quite a few leads have been generated and quite a few users, and then you have quite a few sales and quite a few jobs completed. But I think it's just because they're one of the only people in that market. I don't think it's because they're so amazing. Now, they did a study in 2017 with all of the data that they have, and they said the average number of contact attempts is 2.6, and that's across all platforms: text, email, phone call. So 2.6, so you have 20,000+ on the line. Let's say even $5,000 on the line, and you're only going to message that person basically 3 times across call, email, and text. Okay. And then the average time before a phone attempt response is 61 hours and 1 minute. Okay. And then the average time for a first email response attempt is 19 hours and 1 minute. Okay. And then 47% of companies don't even respond to their generated leads. So out of these, about 10,000-ish. Let's say back then it was a lot less. Let's say it was just 5,000. Not even responding to their generated leads properly. Absolutely insane. Now, the reason why this is super important, because the LRM, the lead response management software, it's not really a software, it's an institute really, that did a study, saw that response from time creation, so is generation, so lead generation, by 5 minutes. So initial dials to leads that become contacted, the steep drop in qualification ratio, so the actual qualification for them to go from one stage to the next stage, so for them to actually pick up and be interested and still want to go through with it, dropped by a staggering 21-fold. So it's 25 times less likely that they will go from that stage of being qualified to being, so they qualify, so you call them, so then you can book them in. That movement will be 21 times harder if you just wait from 5 minutes to 30 minutes. 21 times, just to make that clear. And even more startling, the chances of qualification dropped 4 times from just 5 to 10 minutes. Absolute insanities when you actually think about that. So if you just take 5 minutes longer than 5 minutes, you've now made it 4 times harder to get that person across the line, or 4 times less likely to get that person across the line. You're still paying for all these leads, by the way. You're still paying for each and every single one of these leads. So for actual throughput efficiency, we see that this is the major thing. You need to be contacting within 5 minutes. Like, the stats don't lie. You can see this, the numbers. And remember, the average is 61 hours in this industry. And you can see even 60 minutes isn't even on there, because it's not even a significant amount. 30 minutes is already tiny compared to 5 minutes in terms of the throughput. So what should we learn from this? So essentially, Mr. Hormozi had this to say.
Now, I recently talked to a restoration company, and he told me he was converting 55% of his leads, not calls, leads. And I was like, well, how many leads a day do you get? He said 2 or 3. Okay, so what's the process? He's like, oh, it's really simple. My aunt, I pay her $60,000 a year, and she has only one job. She has no responsibility in the company. Besides, the moment a lead comes in, you stop having sex with your husband, you stop cooking, you stop loving your child, and you immediately call the lead. That's the only responsibility. She just has to make 3 calls a day at the moment the leads come in. He pays her $60,000, and that brings in millions of dollars of revenue.
There we go. So, legitimately, just being quick to the phone is helping some of your competitors close 55%. So we were like, this doesn't make any sense. This doesn't really make any sense. This doesn't make any sense. But just so I can drive this home, I want to make this a quick video, but just so I can drive this home for you, what you need to understand is that when you're running ads on these platforms, it's interruption-based ads. So you're scrolling, boom, there's an ad. There's no more content, it's an ad now. Okay, interact with this ad. This person could be in any sort of scenario. They're taking a dump, they're dropping the kids off, and they're bored in the car waiting for something to happen. Or let's say they're at work on their lunch break. All types of things are happening. Then they go back to work, and then there's stress at work, and then there's an issue here, there's an issue there, there's an argument they have with their wife, their kid is in trouble, and then they have to go pick them up, and then the groceries, and oh, I'm behind on this, there's this project and that thing, and there's so many things that flood into their head. And if you take 61 hours, think about how much scrolling, how many arguments, how much stress, how many issues, how many new thoughts and ideas you're going to have in that time that change your mind state from the original mind state you were in when you actually said, yeah, you know what, I want a new kitchen. Yeah, you know what, I want a new bathroom. Yeah, I will take both of those. Yeah, let me just put my hand up. Yeah, I'm qualified. Yeah, just put me in. Yeah, my house is this old and it's this big and this net worth and value. Let's do it. Let's do it. But now their mind is in a complete different phase and state. The ad is designed to make an irrational decision to just quickly just get your kitchen done seem rational, and you go towards it. But you give them a lot more time to think and whatnot, and think about all these other things. They're not even in that mind state anymore. So the ad isn't effective anymore because you've let them change their mental state. So be quick. So while they're still hot and still thinking about, yeah, man, I could really do with, oh yeah, what would it be like with this, and start projecting, oh yeah, but this, oh, we could host all these UFC events, and we could host family, and it'd be so great, and you know the kids would really love, and I could teach my daughter how to cook, and I could teach my son how to cook, whatever it is. All of the ideas and projections and things that they valued because of what the ad triggered have now left their head. They've even forgotten. Wow, they're like, why did I even click that? We don't even need, whatever. No, never mind. It's okay. And you're thinking they're a tire kicker, but really now you've let them become a tire kicker. And even deeper than that, some of you guys, I'm going to make a video about this on like advertising strategy as well. But a lot of you guys are making ads that are designed. Let me just move my face here and just move it over here. But a lot of you guys are making ads that are designed around, just leave it here, but that are designed around how cheap you are. Like, oh, you can give you 10% off, and we get you a free sink, or $1,000 off, or we're like 10% off for the month of October, whatnot. When you're doing that, you're selling them on price, and then they're going to be thinking, well, let me just double check if I'm getting a good deal. So that you're taking 61 hours to message that person back or call that person up, and then they've already checked 5 other sites. They've got 5 other bids now. So you evoke that mental state in their head to think, okay, it's important that I get a kitchen done. All right, let me make sure I'm not getting scammed. So now they're thinking, oh, let me just check everyone and anyone. Are they trying to get me? Are they trying to lie to me? Is it $1,000 off, but they're $20,000 more expensive than everyone else? What is a good deal? I don't know. They all see the same to me. So you need to make sure you're not selling on price, you're selling on value. I have videos on that as well. There's a video that should be up now about how a remodeler in Utah was able to make an extra $400,000 in 32 days with this specific ad strategy and understanding these ad strategies. So it's major that you understand this, and hopefully this is of value to you. But the major thing you should take away from this as an actionable step is number one, 5 minutes is the maximum it should take for you to call someone up. Think about how many videos on TikTok people can scroll through in 5 minutes and realize how much different ideas are already been put into their head, yeah, in that amount of time. Think about that. Genuinely think about how many videos. Boom, 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 boom. All these. There's a video about war. There's a video about this war, and then the cost of living. Then someone's cheating on their wife. Someone's lying to their husband. All these different things that are happening. They need to be focused on the idea that you're going to give them an amazing kitchen. It's going to change their life. Okay? And the longer you take to call them up, the harder it's going to be to close them. And you saw that someone is able to do 55% close rate, and I haven't seen that specifically I'm not going to lie, but getting close to that, but not exactly 55% on leads, not estimates, leads, is crazy. It's absolutely insane. And this is a major component of the system that's allowing for that to happen. So if you want a system like this installed into your company, there's a link down below. Don't apply if you're not genuine. Don't apply if you're not looking to genuinely be one of the biggest players in your city or maybe state. If you're looking for like 2 extra remodels, maybe it might not be an amazing fit, but you can apply. I'm not telling you to, but I'm just letting you know that it's a chance we might not take the call. We might cancel your call. But this is what the videos are for. They're here for free for that specific reason, because the portfolio is not for everyone, obviously. Now, hopefully this is of value to you. Go ahead and install systems like this for your company. And a major thing is, if you like the video, you can drop a like. If you hated the video, leave loads of hate in the comments and tell me how dumb and stupid I am and how much little I know about this stuff. And then once you're done doing that, you can send it to all your friends so they can laugh at me. And then once you're done doing that, come back to the video and re-watch it so you can see why I'm so silly. And then after that, we should be best friends. So have a great rest of your day. You've been absolutely amazing. I've been Kamal. You're here with me, but you're not going to be one of the 90% of people that go broke though. So be seeing you soon.